I was born in Shahi, north of Iran, in 1956. Because of my father's work, I went to school in the city of Ramzar, Tehran, and graduated in Shahi. After high school I joined the Army Marina. I was one of those officers who had been at war for several years, in Iran and Iraq, and was a wartime commander of various companies. I was brought to court because of my fight against the regime, their tyranny, for which I was arrested and put in prison. After I was released, I fled with a colleague to Turkey and then to Europe. I completed my education as a social worker, master's degree in psychology, and then drive. PhD in psychology. I have written and published 6 books in Denmark. Translated an Iranian book into Danish, Iran and Islam, written by a great Iranian researcher, Ali Mir Fetras, a collection of articles by Daruish Homayun. From 1994 to 2000. All my books are published in Denmark and are bought by local libraries, which all Iranians can borrow. I was a member of the Danish Writers Association and Danish International Pen, and I attend most of their meetings. For 1.5 years I have collaborated with the Iranian newspaper Nimruz. I have written various articles in Danish, Iranian journals. I have been part of all different activities of the Constitutional Party of Iran, CPI. I was elected chairman of the CPI in Denmark. November 1998, at a Congress meeting in Berlin, I was elected a member of the Central Council of the CPI and was re-elected in 2000. Together with the General Secretary and other members of the CPI's Central Council and the political advisors, we started in 1995 with annual meetings with Danish politicians from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Danish Parliament. They invited us to give speeches about Iran. I write the Danish government many letters and to other EU countries' leaders about Iran and explain the Iranian people's issues, for example about the bad economy, politics, social, human rights, political liberty, freedom of expression, daily suppression of authors and students, stone throwing, whipping and execution in public places, my complaints against journalists and other people who do not use the right name for the Persian Gulf in their articles and letters, abuse of their power for corruption and selling the goods and articles that EU and other countries donate them in the BL.AC market instead of giving it to the poor people for whom it was meant. I also arranged demonstrations and meetings in front of the Iranian embassy in Copenhagen with other organizations. We have meetings with other organizations to arrange conferences in Copenhagen, which a lot of Iranian newspapers and radio stations in several countries have commented on. Finally, I should add that I started sports at the age of 13 with wrestling and bodybuilding, and it continues until now.